for this?
We're here with the Linton Miner basketball team, 2013 regional champs. We have the privilege of talking with these young men and coaches about the upcoming semi-state game in Richmond. Coach Koziak, you're up first. You've exclaimed how proud you are of this team. What advice would you give them as they head into the semi-state?
So imagine it'll never end. Just close your eyes and you can see that we are where we're meant to be.
We're talking to Ryan Woodward, and Ryan, Coach Hart mentioned at a recent pep session your love of shoes. What's up with that?
I can take some pro wings, make them cool, sell those. The sneakerheads will be like, ah, he got the Velcro.
My next question is for Cody Coker. Cody, how would you assess our season and chances going forward?
10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
Jackson Boner, you're in the spotlight now. You're trending on Twitter after your stellar performance in the regional. What is your Twitter name?
Throw your hands in the air if you's a true player. I love it when you call me Big Papa.
Coach Hart, I know you've credited your dad for giving you the idea of going to the 1-3-1 zone at the end of the Perry Central game. But what actually prompted you to switch to it?
I'm not afraid to take a stand.
Joe D-Ball, you're up next. Our question to you is, what do you think our chances are against the Speedway Spark Plugs?
I ain't got no words. I ain't got no worries. I ain't got no worries. You see money right.
Next up, we're going to talk to one of our 5 starters, Keith Falk. Keith, we have seen your shooting ability, but you didn't take any shots against Perry Central. What was your game plan?
All we need is just a little patience.
We're talking to Bryant Jackson, and Bryant, I read in a recent article that you said one of your most memorable moments of the regional championship was hugging your parents after that game. Did they give you any advice for preparing for the semi-state?
My father said, don't you worry, child.
Des Futures seems to be an integral part of this team's success. Des, how would you describe yourself?
I'm different, yeah, I'm different. I'm different, yeah, I'm different. I'm different, yeah, I'm different.
The Miners recently won their first regional championship since 1946 by defeating Perry Central 68-63. We had the privilege of talking to Perry Central's coach, and we asked him, what were your first thoughts when the Miners took the floor on Saturday?
I knew you were trouble when you walked in.
Cole Riggleman's a senior on this Miner basketball team of 2013. And Cole, we have a question for you. Besides winning for yourself, what else motivates you? We have assistant coach Joe Hart here, and you know, Joe, we heard several fans during that morning game of the regional against Clarksville comment on the refs and how the refs really let the players play. And some people thought that, you know, the play kind of got a little rough. What were your thoughts on that?
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller.
Bo Eaton's up next, and Bo, we wanted to ask, if Coach Hart calls on you to help out in that semi-state game Saturday, what do you think that you can bring to the floor?
The moves like Jagger, I've got them moves like Jagger, I've got them moves like Jagger.
Our next question is for the Linton Miner cheerleaders, who have really done a lot to boost school spirit and get the crowd involved, especially in these postseason games. We realize that there is some competition between you and Speedway's cheerleaders. So what do you think about that? We're going to call assistant coach Joe Hart back up to the mic. And Joe, this has to be a great experience being able to coach this wonderful team with your son. What has this experience been like for you?
Crazy, I'm crazy.
The next question I have is for the dynamic duo Des and Austin. We've heard a lot of buzz this week about Speedway star player Justin Brent. Supposedly, he's verbally committed to play football at Notre Dame and has had his picture in a magazine. What is your reaction? Coach Hart has really applauded the members of his coaching staff and acknowledged them in being a key to this team's success. Coach Hawkins, do you have any words of wisdom for this year's team?
Someday you'll be looking back on your life at the memories. This is gonna be one of those nights.
I was able to contact Speedway coach Charles Bennett earlier this week. I told him that the Miners are headed to Indy after this game and asked, "Where are you headed?"
I'm going home, back to the place where I belong.
My next question is for Zach Johnson. I'm sure this has been an awesome experience for you. How would you describe your team's journey to the top? Austin, I would like to ask you another question. How do you think you'll feel when you square up with Speedway's center on Saturday during the semi-state game?
I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away.
Next, I'd like to talk to Drew Whitty. Drew, what would you say to all of the non-believers when you predicted the Miners would go all the way?
So do you believe me now? I guess I really wasn't that crazy, and I knew what I was talking about.
Now we're going to turn our attention to manager Trent Wilkes. Trent, it has been said that you have been the best-dressed manager of any team we have faced. What's your reasoning for dressing so sharp?
Every girl crazy about a sharp-dressed man.
Next, I'd like to speak with another manager, Adrena McDonald. I'm sure there's been a lot of excitement and anticipation this week. What has been your reaction?
Make me wanna shout, kick my heels up and shout, throw my hands up and shout, throw my head back and shout, come on now, don't forget to say you will.
Cassidy Clothier is another manager of the Linton Miner basketball team. And Cassidy, I'm going to ask you the same question. What has the excitement and anticipation for this week's semi-state game been like around school this week?
I wanna scream and shout and let it all out, and scream and shout and let it out. We saying oh, we oh, we oh, we oh.
Sam Dyer is the next guy I'd like to speak with. Sam, I'm sure this has been a tough season for you since your knee injury during the Pizza Hut Classic. What has been your mindset during the rest of the season?
Well, I won't give up on us, even if the skies get rough.
I think Zach Rydell's the last player we're going to speak to this evening. Zach, my question for you is, how did you feel about seeing your regional champion picture in the local paper?
I feel pretty, oh so pretty. I feel pretty and witty and bright.
I'd just like to thank these fine young men, women, and coaches for taking their time to speak with us. We wish you luck on Saturday against the Speedway Spark Plugs in the semi-state, and may you continue your journey to the top.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up, and they stay there.